A little cold for camping. It's about 29 Fahrenheit right now. -1, -2 Celsius, I'm not sure. But camping is happening. Spent the night last night, not even camping in the car, camping like in a tent. Got a bunch of new camping gear, and it was surprisingly cozy, so that was nice. Out here again at Olympic National Park. Currently walking to Rialto Beach. Out here for, oh, I don't know, 3 or 4 nights. I've done 1 night so far. I'm gonna take you guys along the ride for the next, for the rest of the trip, however long that lasts. It's really cold right now, but dry, which is nice. The forecast is deteriorating from a precipitation perspective later in the week, but it won't be as cold, so trade-offs. We'll see if I stick around through a couple inches of rain, but yeah, good to be out here. Oh, bald eagle, right there. That's cool. Maybe we'll get some photos of bald eagles this trip. The lights, it's actually kind of beautiful, but it's a little bit harsh for just landscape photography in general. At least I'm not seeing much. I mean, it's beautiful, but it just feels a little bit midday already. But one of my favorite things about Rialto Beach is the driftwood. There's just these massive driftwood logs everywhere. And I love the textures, you know, if you get really up close. This one's pretty cool too. I feel like probably gonna spend some time just working on finding some shots there. I don't have a macro lens, but I'll do the best I can. Got a new tripod also, so that'll be fun to play with. November was an expensive month. I got a lot of new gear, but it's all good stuff. So right now I'm just working on a shot that's zoomed in pretty tight. So it's a chunk of this beautiful log there. It's all in the shade, and these really, really nice rocks. So I'm going for something like that, but from back here with the 105. Something like that. I'm gonna play around with different compositions. It's a good reminder to myself that even when it seems like there's not much to shoot, if you just open your mind a little bit beyond just like the wide, epic, grand landscape, there's usually something. These textures and these small scenes are part of what I like about this place, you know? It's part of what makes Olympic National Park and the Olympic Peninsula so special. It's not just the wide views, it's the stuff at your feet. And since I'm working on a big project about the Olympic Peninsula, I want to include lots of this kind of stuff as well. It's not easy though. Ugh. Something spilled. Because the potatoes. I'll deal with that later. Yeah. So the light was still pretty nice on those logs and beach rocks and stuff back there, but the tide was coming in it wasn't too close to me at that point, but the waves are pretty big, and all it takes is one to get you sopping wet at best, and worst, sweep you out to sea or something, or get you trapped under a driftwood log. And I was getting really hungry, so decided to make some breakfast. Something exploded in the fridge. I think it's my foil pack of potatoes that I'm going to cook tomorrow night, but hopefully it's not the raw chicken. It's also for tomorrow night on the grill. I'll deal with that later though. Apparently we're getting a 10-foot high tide today. That's huge. Right around noon. I don't know what's down that trail, but I'm gonna go check that out after I eat. There's a building down here. Do not enter. Cool, 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 cool. Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's go find somewhere else to explore. I think there's another trail down here. Okay, the trail I was thinking of was like a quarter mile down the road. So hopefully this one is worth it. There's the sign if you want a little tourist picture. Say cheese. Anyway, we're doing the Slough Trail. I actually don't know how to pronounce that word. Here, you guys can tell me. What is that? Slough? It's probably not Slough. Anyway, I think it goes to the water. But this could be a nice one if we get some fog, since it's also right by the campsite. Beautiful forest. Wow, check that out. Probably not going to focus well up that close, but there's a cool fungus, mushroom, lichen, I don't know. That makes me want a macro lens. Maybe someday, maybe someday. Like I said, I've spent enough money this month. One of the things was this tripod. This is the, what's it called? The FLM CP 30 L4 2, something like that. Tripods have the worst names. They're so not memorable. Anyway, it's a really nice tripod. And then I got the really right stuff, BH40 ball head. So combined, that's quite a mouthful, but it's a really nice tripod setup. I've been wanting a taller tripod for a while. I've got my Peak Design travel tripod, which is nice for backpacking and stuff, but it's very short. It's not super stable. It's great for what it's for, you know, it's a travel tripod. And it's a lot lighter than this one. But I had an older big tripod from Manfrotto that I bought like 6 or 7 years ago, and it was okay, but the quick release plate on the ball head was not very trustworthy. There was one time, not long after I got it, that I put my camera on it. I thought the camera was secured. The camera fell to its death on asphalt, and I was never quite trusting of that ball head after that. I don't know if I did something wrong or if it just wasn't clicked in, but it was a bit annoying, and it wasn't very tall, and it was kind of heavy and clunky and bulky. And anyway, I decided that it was time for a new tripod. So this one goes taller than me, even without a center column. So pretty happy with it so far. But yeah, it was an expensive month. Got a lot of camping gear. I will show you some of that later. It's a beautiful forest. Some nice light rays over here too. I don't know if you can see through there, but I got a glimpse of some nice rays Maybe through there? I don't know. Anyway, slippery in here. It's icy. We are fully in winter mode now. Not even December. You see the steam rising off of that plant there? That's pretty cool. A little chaotic for a photo, but it's very pretty. Wow. That's nice. I don't see a photo there either, but beautiful. I still think forest photography is the hardest, we'll say, subgenre of landscape photography that I've tried. At least in forests like this. I mean, they are incredible. And I think there's like, I think they have like the highest biomass per square whatever in the world out of any landscapes. I don't know if that's true. Oh, that's nice. But they're chaotic. That's a cool bracken, maybe fern. Okay, that's pretty nice. See if I can get my glare out of that. Anyway, you'll see the picture in a minute. But there was some light on the foreground down here, and I had to use my backpack to block it. But yeah, that's really nice. This might be it. Some nice forest, but it's probably not worth coming back to on this trip. Cool area to kayak through, though. I think I've shown this on the vlog before. I think it was pouring rain last time, and even colder than this actually. But this is my favorite restaurant in Forks. Yabe's burritos. I like it enough to where I have a one of those like buy 10 get 1 free punch cards. Even though it's over 4 hours from where I live. 12:30. I feel like I just woke up. There's only 4 hours left until sunset. So I'm gonna figure out what my plans are for the rest of the day. Hopefully get in at least one more shoot. I'm gonna look at the weather, but I'm thinking I'll head down to the second beach area and try and shoot sunset there. I don't know if there'll be a good sunset, but I don't have a lot of sunset shots from the coast here, because it's rainy or foggy a lot. So that'd be nice. Whew, spicy. All right, decided to head down to Ruby Beach. I had time. And in the summer and spring and fall, this place gets to be pretty crowded, and it's a little hard to do landscape photography here. But right now there's only, I think, only one other car here. It's beautiful. The tide is going out, which is always comforting being at the beach, especially with winter tides. And hopefully I can get some good shots down here. It's about 2:30. We've got 2 hours until sunset. So a nice amount of time. Not too long to where I'll be exhausted by sunset, but plenty of time for exploring, location scouting, trying different things. Hopefully we can get some good shots in here. Really is a beautiful spot. The sun feels nice, but it's still chilly. It's like 40, I think. That's a nice reflection. That could be nice at sunset. Some cool stuff over here too. There's a nice reflection right there. I'm playing around with it as a square crop. I think it's pretty cool. Let's see. Could be a black and white shot. I haven't decided yet. But it's pretty cool. Something a little bit different. Going with a black and white shot. I have one from the same spot from a couple of years ago that I like a lot, but it's vertical and it only works as a 3x2, which I don't love. And the light was better on that trip because it was foggy. All right, I did a 10-stop filter here. I'm doing a square composition. I sound like Adrian Villa. If you don't know his channel, it's AOWS. He does really good black and white work. But the main reason that I wanted a 10-stop filter was to smooth out the water since it was a little bit chaotic. I love the shape that it's making here and the way that it's kind of matching that line of cloud, because I'm cropped in about there doing a square composition. So yeah, now the name of the game is just taking a bunch of different shots and hoping that one of them has a perfect sweeping wave. And, I'm experimenting with the 16:9 crop. It looks kind of nice. That tree, the way that it leans out, it reminds me of like a palm tree in the tropics. It's about the only thing that reminds me of the tropics right now, but I think it's pretty cool. I might walk a little closer, but I'm getting pretty far from the car, so. Fortunately, the tide is going out, so I won't get trapped. It really is nice here. I think some of those shots of the rocks back there might work okay. And really be one that I call when I see it on a bigger screen. But what a lovely evening. And the light's looking pretty good back towards the main beach over here. I don't really have a composition set up for this. I wasn't expecting this much afterglow. I mean, the sun's already down, so we're just getting the soft pastel colors, which I love. I snapped a couple shots back there, but nothing great. I mean, the colors in the sky might save it, but the composition was okay. See if I can find something over here, though. Alright, it was a nice day. I think I got a couple good shots there. I'll have to look back and see, but my guess is that one of my favorites will be the rocks from this morning. The rocks in that cool log on Rialto Beach. But I bet I got a couple other good ones in there too. Several more days of exploring here. And I think I'm just gonna grab dinner on the way back. Probably head to bed a little earlier tonight. I'm kind of tired. Hello, good morning. It is cold. Jesus. Weather report. I think we are right around 35 Fahrenheit, 1 or 2 Celsius, and the rain just started. It's a very light rain for now, but a bit of a change from yesterday. Slightly warmer, actually. Yesterday was like 28 maybe in the morning, which was frigid. And yeah, today feels a little better. My hands are frozen, but the gloves are in the car. No way am I getting out in the rain to get them right now. Already made some coffee. It wasn't enough. We're gonna make more. Yeah. It's so cold that my coffee scale didn't work earlier, and I had to like warm it up inside my jacket for it to turn on. The things we do to make pretty pictures of trees, and waves and beaches and whatever else. It is nice out here. But it is cold. Cold, 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 cold. Oh no. I gotta get water from the car. Alright. Be right back. Bueno. So this tent is new. Actually, a lot of this gear is new. I think I said that November was an expensive month. It's still November, but November has been an expensive month. I bought a lot of stuff from this Japanese outdoors camping brand called Snow Peak, which is really good quality stuff, but also you pay a little bit for the design because it all looks kind of cool. And the part of my brain that really likes photography, design and composition and stuff, is a bit of a sucker for things that look nice. Furniture, camping gear, camera bags, whatever. I will happily pay slightly more for function and form. It's obviously not necessary. You can go camping with much cheaper stuff, but I figure if I'm out here, you know, multiple weeks a year, doing about one week long trip every month, I want to be comfortable. It's basically like building a little second home, a little vacation home for myself. And I convinced myself that I could buy the most expensive camping gear I wanted, and it would still be way cheaper than the cheapest camper van. So that's how I rationalized it. Anyway, first time using all of this stuff, and it took a little bit of time to set up. So I wouldn't really want to do this kind of setup for like quick road trips where I'm moving somewhere else each day, but for the kind of slower photography trips that I'm doing more and more of, where I'm diving really deep into an area and maybe spending 4 or 5 days in a particular region within Olympic National Park or within a particular area in the Cascade Mountains or something. It's kind of nice to be able to come back to a base camp and be able to spread out a little bit more. Still have the Subaru camping setup for those road trips, but it's nice to have options. So got a few more things on the way that haven't arrived yet, like some camp kitchen stuff. But so far I'm really happy with everything that I've got. I've got a nice fireplace over there. I'll show you all of that later this evening when I make dinner over the fire. That should be pretty tasty. For now, coffee. It's a lot of work to make coffee, but better than instant. Although it's not quite as good when it's this cold outside, I found. I think the water cools off too quickly, so it doesn't brew quite as well. Maybe instant coffee would be better when it's this cold. It's pretty good still. I think we have an Ethiopian roast. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's from Ethiopia. Oh man. So I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Which means I've got 3-ish more days on this trip. There's a chance that I'll leave on Thursday if the weather gets really bad. It's supposed to rain quite a bit on Thursday and Friday, but I think I'm set up for it. I think I'm prepped for it. Hopefully this tarp and this tent do a good job. But rain and wind and cold is it's not really ideal camping weather, but we're gonna do our best. But assuming that I stay throughout the rest of the planned trip, so a full 5 days, Monday to Friday, including travel, I think I want to do maybe one more coastal shoot, either down to First Beach or the hike down to Second Beach. I might do that for sunset, although it's looking like there will be clouds around sunset. It might be overcast by then, so I don't know. I might just do First Beach because you can drive there. I'm wanting to do a nicer campfire dinner tonight, and by nicer I just mean not cheap burgers that I get on the way home at a Twilight themed restaurant. That was kind of weird, but that's alright. I was feeling tired, didn't want to cook. So I think I want to cook over the fire tonight, and then at some point I want to go up into the rainforest again. Probably just the Hoh rainforest. There's 4 rainforests here, but probably just do the Hoh rainforest. So that's maybe tomorrow when it's raining. And then Friday, with luck, I'll be able to actually get up to Hurricane Ridge again. It's been closed for a while, off and on all year due to the fire that was up there. The visitor center burned down, and they've been doing some construction. I think it's just opening up again, but just on weekends, just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this time of year, and not in time for sunrise. But I think it's going to be snowing anyway up there, so I'll probably try and do a quick trip up to Hurricane Ridge on Friday and head home from there. So that's the plan. But for now, I think I'm just going to have a pretty easy morning. I've found that these trips are more about energy management than anything else, especially when you're camping. It's easy to get to the end of the day and just be exhausted and not have the energy to do it again the next day. So an easy morning when the light's not particularly exciting anyway. Might just chill here, read a book, cook lunch here, and then go out and do an afternoon shoot. The sun decided not to come out today, apparently. So I decided to come into the forest instead. So I'm here in the Hoh rainforest. Not all the way to the visitor center yet, so I think I'm not technically in the national park even. But right by the side of the road. It's beautiful in here. Lots of nice orangey brown maple leaves on the ground, and lots of really nice maple trees with ferns. Look at that one back by the car. So I'm just gonna kind of wander into the forest here. Really no idea what I will find. still cold. I think it's like 37. Whew. So one trick with forest photography, I don't know if I've talked about this before, because we see it with both of our eyes and when we're moving in 3 dimensions. But when you take a photo of a forest, it just flattens everything into a 2-dimensional scene, obviously. But it helps if you just stand still and close one eye every once in a while. It helps you, it helps you realize most of the time they're like, oh, that's probably not going to work as a photo. But occasionally something else pops up. That's nice. But it makes you realize how complicated the forests are and how hard it is to find a good composition, even if it's this pretty. Yeah. Not seeing much in here. Alright, I ended up finding this cool tree not that far from where I was. Yeah, that's really cool. I think I showed you yesterday, but nice thing about this tripod is it gets really tall. And it's still pretty lightweight and sturdy. Don't even need a center column for that. That's nice. Maybe a little too tall. Okay, so in general, I like that shape. I like the foreground here. I don't want to include the road, obviously. Maybe that's not obvious, but that's not my style of photography. And if I come straight on, then I can have this row of ferns be kind of parallel to the frame, like that. Now this doesn't feel balanced. You got that big tree and this guy, and this spreads out a little bit too much when you're shooting it dead on. But if I come this way, that tree starts to become a more angular shape, and that's kind of cool. But then this row of ferns down here, it's not parallel to the frame anymore, and it's not diagonal enough to be interesting. It just looks kind of unintentional. Maybe if I come closer and just shoot wider. I don't know, it's shooting pretty wide, and then we're getting sky in there. What if I shoot? See, it's just, composition is definitely tough here. I'll sit with it for a minute, see if I can figure it out, or find something else. Okay, I think that's okay. We've got one little corner down there where the ferns kind of peter out, but I'd say overall, it's not a bad composition. Cool tree though. Okay, we're still right by the road, but look at this guy. That's pretty cool. So now I'm just moving around looking for balance here. That feels a little bit right heavy. That probably feels a little bit better. Just that sort of thing. but I think it's gonna look cool. One trick, if you're used to shooting on tripods, it's harder to experiment with composition, getting high, getting low, moving left to right, because you got to adjust the tripod each time. So a lot of times I like to just take the camera off the tripod, even if I'm going to be shooting with it, and then just look at the back of the screen so I see the world in like a two-dimensional rectangle instead of reality, and then just move it around and experiment and see what feels right. And then I set up the tripod in that spot. I love the just like last remaining fall leaves here. They're definitely gone, but it adds a little bit of color, and it's different from just like the full green spring look that we get in May and June here. So I've just been driving down the main road that goes to the Hoh Rainforest Center. I'm probably not going to make it to the entrance of the national park today even, but just been going down random little side roads and little pull-offs. There's some cool stuff. I've been here 6 or 7 times, maybe more, and I'm still finding new stuff. I mean, it's a big area, but this isn't that far off the beaten path. I mean, we've got insane mountains right there. I think there'd be a really cool maybe sunrise or sunset. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the map and the angle of the sun. Cool shot right there. And then maybe some cool like telephoto shots of those alder trees right there. Got another group of mountains back that way. And then a really cool maple tree over here that I'm gonna try and shoot now. I've got the tripod in the car, but I love all of the different segments of the tree there, all of the different parts of the trunk. And if I just kind of go in tight, I think that might look kind of nice. Yeah, this is a cool spot, and there's actually a little fire pit right there, and plenty of places, or plenty of room to park. This might be a nice one to come back to so that you can just be here at sunrise and then go straight up to the Hoh Rainforest. So many cool places here. I just remembered I haven't eaten lunch. It's 2 o'clock. I've got a dinner I'm pretty excited about that I'm going to cook tonight. Some chicken, some potatoes on the fire. So I'm just gonna have a little snack until then to hold me over. Got a granola bar from Costco. Got honey roasted peanuts and sea salt and vinegar chips. Got some of the food groups here, but not all of them. Oh well. Man, I don't know what it is about today, but I feel like I'm just finding all sorts of new spots in an area that I've been to a bunch of times before. It's really cool. I think maybe it's just because I'm out here for a whole week, and so I don't feel any pressure to like get an amazing shot each day. It gives me time to just slow down and just like explore randomly and just pop into random places. Like, I don't know, this really cool area. I have my camera here. I went back to the car to get the camera bag and view. Just really cool stuff all over the place in this huge forest of, I think, Sitka spruce trees. It's probably second growth, but it's still really cool looking. I think there's a pretty good chance that I'm not going to make it to the entrance today. Like the entrance of the national park. And kind of like a Hall of Mosses trail, Spruce Nature Trail. The places that I was originally planning on going. but that's okay. This is really cool. Woo. Feels like the temperature just dropped like 10 degrees. Yeah, that's the storm front coming through. Supposed to get rain starting tonight. Man, it's ominous and very quiet. And dreary here today, that's for sure. Haven't seen the sun once. Okay. Kind of feels like cheating, but dinner is reliant on making a fire in this. It's a little wet today, so I'm gonna play with the toys. Alright, hopefully that's a good start. It's gonna take a while for that to turn into coals, but hopefully it does. Otherwise I'm driving back into town for a burger. Fortunately it's only 5:20. We got time. Also it's Birkenstock season, whether you like it or not. This top piece here goes around. It's called the floga. I'm sure that's a Japanese word because Snow Peak is a Japanese brand. But apparently it's supposed to be like one of those solo stove things where the holes here create airflow and it creates like a secondary burn where it burns the smoke. I'll say having the first night, or I wasn't filming, done the fire for a while without this and then putting it on, it seems to live up to the hype. It seems to make a pretty big difference. There's still some smoke, but it's and I can put my face right here and it doesn't like immediately cause my eyes to die. Like, you know, I wouldn't want to, still wouldn't want to be on the smoke side of things, but it makes a huge difference and it seems to make the fire burn a lot hotter and faster, which means you go through a lot more wood, but when I'm trying to burn coals, it actually is kind of nice. But when I have to put the grill on, I'm going to have to take this off. So I've got fireproof gloves for that. It works, but you don't want to hold it for too long. It starts to get warm. Pretty crazy that that works, though. All right. All right. First try. Alright, this was the thing that leaked in the fridge. It was not the raw chicken, which is really good. But until next time, if I make these potatoes again, drop them in a plastic bag first. So, on the go, I guess. Alright, 40 minutes. It says to do, I got a cookbook for like camp cooking. It says to do, basically have to move it back and forth between hot and cold sides of the fire. I don't know if I built the fire exactly right, but you want to keep it gently sizzling for like 30 or 40 minutes. And then open it up at the end and let all the juices evaporate. Hey Siri, 30-minute timer. That feels like a gentle sizzle. I've been digging Pilsners lately, which if you would have told that to 25-year-old me, he probably would have laughed at you and said, that's not an IPA, but it's nice. Less alcohol, so I can't feel it as much the next day, because I'm a lightweight. Alright, we got the chicken. It's been marinating for a couple days. Hopefully it turns out pretty well. So question for the more knowledgeable out there. When you start turning meat on the grill with tongs, you're touching raw chicken to the tongs. Do you just assume that it's like cooking off by the time you're done? Or do you, what do you do to keep from recontaminating the chicken with raw chicken? Dilemma. All right, it seems like the coals are dying down a bit. I'm gonna try lowering this without spilling everything. Just put that there. And I'll try and lower it one notch. Wish me luck. Okay, one. That's super easy. Oh my god, this is great. No pun intended. It's a great. The real trick for this is a meat thermometer, so I don't have to second guess myself too much. I'm not like that experienced of a cook. I can hold my own if there's a recipe, but I haven't done it enough to have like a really good intuition for when stuff's ready, especially with meat and chicken. That's definitely not done yet. That's even less done. Looking pretty good. Various parts are overcooked, but I don't think anything is below 165. We're gonna call that good. All right, not bad for grilled chicken thighs. Sorry for the flickering light. I got a cheap lantern above us. Let's check on the potatoes. It's been about 40 minutes maybe. I'm not getting much resistance, so we're gonna say that's probably good. Those are looking pretty damn good. Alright, we've got chicken thighs with a Dijon mustard and herb marinade, and fingerling potatoes with a bunch of herbs and stuff on them too. Thanks for tuning in to this month's episode of Brian's Camp Kitchen. Hopefully In the summer we can do it when it's daylight out. It'll be a little easier to film, but gotta eat year round. All right. Whoa. That was so good. Damn, that's good. Not undercooked, not really overcooked. All right, potatoes. What do we got? That's nice. Maybe a little more salt next time, but it's pretty good. That'll do it for today. Good day. I think I got a couple good photos. Not bad for kind of coming up with a plan at the last minute with the change in the forecast to completely cloudy all day. But hopefully tomorrow, I guess tomorrow is probably going to be a little more of the same, plus some rain. So hopefully we can make some more good pictures then. Well, that'll do it for today. I'm going to eat here. I was going to say and then head to bed, but it's not even 7 p.m. yet. Those winter nights throw me off. Eat here, clean up dishes, read a book maybe, I don't know, and then head to bed. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello, good morning. The rain has just barely started. It's cold, but it's much warmer than previous mornings. Every morning's gotten warmer. I think the first morning was in the mid-20s. It was about freezing, and now I think it's about 40, which it's still cold, but in comparison feels, well, it still feels cold. Do you ever just not quite have the energy to make coffee? But you're a coffee addict, so you need coffee to have energy to make coffee. That's me today. Okay, it's still cold. Whoever said 40 degrees was warm was wrong. No one ever said that. No one ever said that. All right, put on the big extra warm jacket. Maybe even some pants. On a tour of my little home in the woods. All right. So it's kind of a mess right now, but I've got this little trunk thing that holds all the clothes and whatnot. That's nice, as opposed to digging out of a duffel bag or a suitcase or something. Made a little nightstand out of that little travel table. It's kind of cute. We got this gigantic double wide 6-inch X-Ped mattress wrapped in a wool blanket, and even fit a little chair in here. But yeah, there's a little porch right here. This is the Snow Peak Alpha Breeze. Got my slippers, and I got my pee bottle over there in the corner. But that's for emergencies only. If it's pouring rain or something and I don't want to get out. Haven't used it yet. Anyway, that's it. Just the one bedroom. There were a couple drops of rain, but it hasn't really started yet. We're supposed to get like somewhere between 1.5 inches and 2 inches of rain before I leave, which is a lot of rain. Everything's gonna be pretty soaking wet. At least the rain fly and the tarp and stuff. I'm wondering, just to make it a little bit easier on myself, since I wasn't planning on cooking tonight and I don't need to necessarily have another fire. Maybe I should just take the tarp down now. It's already a little damp, but it's going to be a lot easier to deal with a slightly damp tarp than a sopping wet tarp, in addition to a sopping wet tent. I think I might do that. That'll make packing up a little bit faster tomorrow anyway. And I can pack up the fireplace and everything too. If you're wondering why I'm having a fire under the tarp, it's actually a 2-layer tarp. And this part is supposed to be fireproof, or at least highly fire resistant. It's designed for this, basically. This is called the takibi grill. Takibi is Japanese for bonfire, I believe. And this is the takibi hexatarp, or something like that. So they're meant to go together. They seem to work pretty well. I don't see any holes in the main tarp. Or in the underside, for that matter, but that would be surprising. Alright. Yeah. Let's get this taken down. Let's get you out of the way. Here comes the rain. This brings back memories of Boy Scouts. Packing up wet camping gear in the cold. All good though. All part of the process. All right, let's go finish this coffee. It's gotten cold, but I'd rather have cold coffee than a wet tarp. This is the forecast for the Forks area where I currently am. About an inch of rain today. It's supposed to get pretty rainy in about an hour or two. Hope the tent is okay for that. About an inch of rain tomorrow. Maybe another 3/4 of an inch overnight, and then I pack up around noon tomorrow. But if we look forward to Monday, 3.5 inches of rain. I'm very glad I won't be here in a tent. Rain, 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 rain. The last few days were an anomaly for this time of year. Well, we seem to have had a nighttime intruder. This candy bar, granola bar, whatever, was not opened by me. Probably a mouse or something. Great. It's happened one time before this year. I was backpacking, I came back and something had gotten into, I think, some pistachios or something. And I set traps throughout the car when I got home. Never caught anything, so I guess it just came in, got food and left. Hopefully that's the case now. It's kind of gross. I hope there's not just like mouse poop everywhere. I don't see any, but joys of camping in the woods. All right, let's go take some pictures. On the last trip when I said that I listened to a lot of Gregory Alan Isakov on these trips. Apparently I just did the Spotify rap thing for 2023. Apparently I was in the top 0.001% of Gregory Alan Isakov listeners this year. It's kind of ridiculous. share much of that on here because I would get a copyright strike, but go ahead and have a listen on your own. Highly recommend. I don't actually know where I'm going. I just kind of got in the car and started driving. Photography in the rain is tough because you get wet. Real insightful there. So, kind of just going to drive around for a little bit. I think the rain is going to let up a little bit this afternoon. And I'll need to get some food here for lunch. Didn't really eat breakfast. The mouse ate my breakfast. I've got more. Hopefully I didn't get into those. I'm just going to drive around and see what I find. Maybe some foggy forest scenes. Maybe I'll end up driving to a beach somewhere. I do like driving around in the rain out here. A little easier when you're not camping, but it's a lot cheaper to camp. And it's nice. Most of the time it's nice. I'm just glad that it's not going to rain 3.5 inches today like it will on Monday. Because that is... that's enough rain to flood a campsite for sure. We'll see how I do with an inch of rain today. I decided to drive back up to the Hoh Rainforest. I know I just saw it yesterday, but I don't really get tired of this place. And the conditions are completely different. I also got coffee at a Hard Rain Cafe. First time I've ever been there. Passed it a bunch of times. Apparently it's their last day of the season. The kitchen's already closed. All they have left is coffee. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's a little darker roast than I like, but not too bad. I said I was the first customer of the day, and it's like 11:15. Okay. I guess it's not worth staffing the entrance station on this time of the year. No one comes. Or not enough people. Maybe a little bit of fog out there. I want to just like go out and shoot, but I gotta remember to feed myself. I'm not always good at that on these trips. And then I crash later because I'm starving. Gotta keep the energy up, otherwise you can't be creative. Also, you know, you just need like food to survive and stuff. Alright, in theory, I'm all waterproofed up. I've even got waterproof fishing gloves, I believe. They're insulated gloves that are rubber gloves. I think they're meant for fishing, but they're hopefully going to do a better job at keeping my hands dry, shooting in the forest like this, and keeping rain from dripping down my rain jacket sleeves when I put my hands up. Holding an umbrella too to keep everything even drier. So hopefully this is a good combination of stuff. It's a lot to handle. Tripod, GoPro, and umbrella in the same hand. But gotta do what we gotta do. Alright, we'll just put the umbrella away for now and trust the weatherproofing of the Sony camera. It's been a lot worse than this. The main goal is just to keep the actual front of the lens dry. Once that gets wet, it's pretty hard to get that spot free. But in any case, it's not raining very hard right now. I Forgot the umbrella as a backup. Normally I bring a little shower cap, a little disposable shower cap to put over it. And I don't think I remembered to bring one on this trip. If I did, it's buried somewhere. So that's okay. See a little bit of fog up here. I'll take it. Beautiful. So much less crowded than peak season. Maybe 8 or 9 other cars in the parking lot. It's pretty wild. Got some nice details in the distance there. I don't know if 105 is going to be long enough. Might need to get out the 100 to 400, but I'm going to go ahead and try. Yeah, I think that's 100 to 400 territory. That's nice. Turn off image stabilization. And not bad. Probably nothing for the portfolio, but nice to get the first shot of the day and just get the momentum going. It's beautiful in here. I've seen elk in here before, but it's been a while. I think this is the time of year for it, though. I've done this trail a bunch of times, and it's one of the more popular trails in the park. I don't actually have a lot of photos from here that I love. I think partly it's just chaotic, and partly it's usually pretty crowded and it's hard to slow down and take the time to explore. And partly they just want you to stay on the trail, which is fine, but it means less exploring. Wow. It's very tempting to just go wandering off through the woods, but I know better than that. I'm just sticking to the trail and right next to the trail. Clearly people have wandered off the trail, but try not to go too far. beautiful here. If you go that way for 19 miles, I think, you'll hit a glacier. We're going this way though. And if you want to see that glacier, go back a few episodes before this, where I hiked to that glacier. And I guess it was a 3-day trip. It was supposed to be 4, but I ended up hiking the whole way out on the last day. I had some very sore feet after that. Tough trail. Beautiful trail though. One of the best backpacking trips I've ever done. Good morning. I made it through the night. It rained heavily around 2-3 a.m. and woke me the hell up. I had to put in my AirPods and turn on the noise canceling and then listen to sleep music on Spotify. That worked pretty well. So I slept okay, but yeah, it rained hard. So glad I survived. Glad I didn't float away. And today is December 1st, which means that it's meteorological winter, which apparently is a thing. It's windy too. You can hear that in the trees. But that means that this is technically winter camping. So maybe with a little asterisk, it's meteorological winter camping, but it's not raining anymore. That's just the water falling from the trees, I think. Anyway, gotta get this stuff packed up. Hopefully the rain holds off a little bit longer. And then hopefully get in a little more photography today before I head home. We'll see if they'll open up the road up to Hurricane Ridge, get up into the mountains. Bet it's snowy up there. That'll be cool. Really emphasize the winter part of this for all the doubters out there. It's winter. It's just a different kind of winter. This tent did a pretty damn good job. I'm really happy with it. I mean, everything was out here for 5 days in a rainforest, and it rained a lot, and it was really cold, so there's probably just some condensation from that too. And so everything is just like very slightly damp in here, but honestly less than I would have expected. And yeah, I'm really happy with all the new gear that I got. And we get to take it on camping trips into the future. Though maybe when it's a little warmer outside. This sleeping pad mattress thing is fantastic, but it's a pain in the ass to roll up. I'd say it's worth it though. The sun kind of came out a little bit there. It's like blue sky above me. It's kind of unexpected. I think I'll be driving back into the clouds as I go towards Port Angeles and then up Hurricane Ridge. Honestly, I have no idea if the road will even be open. Sometimes if the weather is particularly bad, they don't open it, or they open it later. So I'm not really sure. But the plan is to go up into the mountains for one last shoot. I don't know how long I'm going to stay up there. I am kind of ready to be home. It's been a fantastic trip, but I need a shower. I haven't showered in this week, and it's Friday. But I guess I showered Monday morning. It's been a while. I did some like wet wipes baths, and I actually shampooed my hair in the sink one night. But none of that is quite the same as a real shower, so I'm very ready for that. Unfortunately, the actual national park campgrounds in Olympic don't have showers, none of them, which is a bit weird. There are a few in the area, private campgrounds and state parks and stuff, that have showers, so I'll probably camp at one of those next time. The shower is really nice by about day 3. Anyway, I did not make coffee this morning, so I'm gonna go find some coffee and then try and get up into the mountains. We're doing this right. Hello.
Hello.
Can I do a let's do like a medium drip coffee with
Just a drip?
yeah, with cream. With cream. Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Medium like a 16, or do you want to go down?
That's perfect.
This one's good?
Yeah, thank you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good one. Hello, hello.
Thank you. You got tire chains in the vehicle?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Got out and went to the bathroom, and it is cold outside. Meteorological winter or regular winter. It feels like winter. Astronomical winter? What's the regular one? I don't know. Anyway, I've got, what was it? Almost noon. Like a little over 4 hours up here if I want. And, I'm a little hungry, so I'm gonna eat some leftover pizza from dinner last night. It's not great, or at least it wasn't then. Maybe it'll be better cold pizza. It's still not great, but not a lot of good food options and forks. It'll work for now. This winter portion of the trip, or at least up in the mountains, this snow portion of the trip was a bit of an afterthought, so I didn't really prepare for it. I didn't bring snowshoes or micro spikes or a lot of winter clothes. Goggles would be nice. But we'll see what we can do. Hopefully get a couple nice shots. It's beautiful right now, pretty foggy. Normally there's an incredible view of the Bailey Range. Just some nice glaciated mountains. From here, well, it's completely fogged in right now. It's been that way both times I've been up here in the winter. But maybe it'll clear. Okay, ski goggles would have been nice, but we'll just make do. I've got sunglasses if I need them. It's not that bright out right now. All right, hopefully the snow is not too deep. I did not bring snowshoes, like I said. I bet it'll be okay. I see grass poking through. Wow, this is amazing. Look at that already. I think we're gonna find some nice images here. God damn. This is so cool. The sun's trying to poke through. It's making some really nice light on these trees here. Just framed up a quick composition, but sometimes simple's all you need. I really don't need to be on a tripod at 250th of a second. It's pretty bright outside, but sometimes it helps fine-tune the composition just a little bit. Anyway, we'll see if I put the tripod away at some point. For now, it's fine. Whoa. That's neat. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just gonna wander around, I guess. Take pictures of trees till the clouds lift. They might. I can see some cloud movement there in the sun. We shall see. Let's go check out these trees over here first. One tree right there, sticking out, doing its own thing. Whoa. Clouds are clearing. There's a gap in them at least, and I'm probably gonna miss it. Can't run on this stuff, it's far too slippery. 4:15, okay. There's almost like some sun rays that are wanting to burst through. Not seeing anything yet. Crazy though, this used to be the visitor center, the lodge up here. It burnt down in, I guess, May of this year. They finally just cleared all the debris out. Pretty wild. There's a whole building right there. I haven't seen it since. We'll see what they rebuild in its place. Wow. Well, that's really neat. Maybe the clouds will clear a little more. Glaciated mountains right there.
Hi there.
Hi. just love shooting mountainscapes with the 100 to 400 lens. So many different options. Well, the clouds are rolling in again, and the place closes not that long from now anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on down. It's been a really good trip. Excited for a shower, excited to see all of the photos on the computer. For now, I'll say thanks so much for watching. Thanks as always for the support, and I'll see you next time. Bye.